Love is gonna get you, and then it hits you where it hurts. Two single people got together and created a universe. First, they exchanged numbers. Then they exchanged words. Hi, my name is Nathan. Hi, my name's Shanice. Action started to happen. Then something special occurred. 9 months go by. A baby came out of the mixture. Things are moving faster. Now we have a family picture. Happy home. Both seem to be giving it 100. Nathan's working hard. Shanice is providing the baby comfort. What could possibly go wrong? Everything about this seems to be so heavenly. Beautiful beginnings, 9 times out of 10, end so terribly. So let's stop pretending that we didn't see it coming. Whenever there's a good thing, something evil is always bubbling. Well, the happy home got invaded. Trouble in paradise. Nathan's complaining about all the time and money he has to sacrifice. Shanice is cussing him back with tears in her eyes. She said she don't need his money. She can go independent. They're both going back and forth. This starts to raise more tension, to which Nathan storms out the house to cool down his temper. Shanice calls her close friends, tells them everything that went down, up, left, right, and center. Both of them seem confused. Communications now fade into silent treatments. This escalated to Nathan returning home from work one evening, and he didn't see his meal on the stove. Shanice usually cooks for him, but today, Shanice wasn't involved. So he stood there confused, didn't know what he would be eating, and thought to himself, all this aggravation just because me and her ain't speaking. He walks up to the fridge, and there he sees a note attached to it from Shanice saying, sorry I couldn't cook. Me and my girls are going out. Plus, I left the baby with grandma. See you when I'm about. After reading that, Nathan started raging like a demon. He steps out for a takeaway and in some weird way calls his ex-girlfriend for some special treatment. He wakes up the next morning, forgetting his ex-girlfriend is still in the sheets. He wakes her up and begs her and pleads for her to quickly leave, panicking because he doesn't want his wife to turn up and see the calamity that he has caused. But then he pauses for a second. Where is Shanice at this time in the morning? He rallies around the property and shockingly, there's no sign of her entrance. Now he's stressing. He calls her line. She doesn't pick up. Sends her a text message, brushes his teeth, takes a wash, then he sips on a hot beverage. As he waits in the kitchen, he makes a decision to call one of her friends, since on the note she claimed to be with them. He called a couple of them, but only got through to one friend called Alina. Now, Alina said Shanice left them early last night at the club. When Nathan questioned why, Alina replied she don't know what it was, but in her words, that's all the info she had to give up. Nathan replies thanks, then remains in the kitchen, now impatiently waiting. A couple hours later, Shanice strolls through the door, dressed in her party attire. The minute Nathan saw her, my lord, he was on fire. Questioned her on arrival like a customs officer at the airport. Shanice replied to his question, Nathan, this is not what I'm here for. I'm tired, I'm weak. I need to take a shower and go to sleep. Then pick up baby from grandma, so leave me be. Nathan didn't like the response. He felt his questions were being evaded. And he replied, I don't like your tone, and I would really appreciate it if you answered what I asked you. Shanice barks back at him, at Nathan, like, I don't want to argue. She then walks away to defuse the situation. But you see, on this occasion, Nathan wanted to make a statement. So he kicked down the bedroom door, because that's the room Shanice was in. Now it's an all-out war. Let the games begin. They're going back and forth again. The intensity is on the next level. Temperature rising. Doesn't look like one of them will settle. Nathan asks the question again in a more aggressive tone. Shanice ignores him as she scrolls through her mobile phone. She then steps to him and shows him a picture from her phone. Nathan now looks shell-shocked. He has now snapped out of his zone. Shanice says, yeah, you're lost for words now. I left the club early to see if we could make this relationship work out. It's kind of crazy, we had our arguments, but I didn't know this was your style. I took this picture in the early hours of the morning while you were sleeping with your ex. I guess this is what it took for me to go and sleep with mine. Two wrongs don't make a right, but as for now, I'm rightfully fine with my decision. When I saw what I saw, I took a detour and went into the arms of another. At this moment, Nathan is having mixed emotions. Him and Shanice know this happy home's broken. Time to collect the baby from grandma.